Yes, guys, welcome back to Football Lounge. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. Today, Chelsea Leicester at Stamford Bridge. Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff. Big game for Chelsea. If we win, we go back into fourth because obviously, I'm recording this just after Man City withdrew to Nottingham Forest. Lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0. That gives us a chance to get back into Champions League. So, look, if we want Champions League, you got to win game. You got to beat teams like Leicester, who are 19th in the table. Um, but yeah, Chelsea have won our last 5 out of 6 games against Leicester. So I am confident that we should get the win, guys. Um, but yeah, obviously Cole Palmer, everyone's talking about he's out of form currently, and he is. And look, personally, I would bench him for this game, guys, but I don't think Maresca is going to do that. Um, Cole Palmer has not scored or assisted in his last 6 Premier League games. That is the longest run he's gone without a goal assist since joining Chelsea. So that streak is going to end. Whether it's against Leicester or Arsenal, it will end soon, I'm sure. We know what type of player Palmer is. He's a brilliant player. He's just going through bad run, but it's going to happen. He's been putting the team on his back for what, 18 months. You're going to go through a bad spell. It happens to every single player, and I know he'll be back sooner or later. So I'm not too worried about Palmer right now. Um, but yeah, one player that has been playing well for Chelsea recently is Pedro Neto, who in his last 2 Premier League games, um, in his last 4 Premier League games, he's been involved um, thoroughly. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 4 Premier League games. That's more than he had in his first 20 Premier League games for Chelsea. So he's been in form, obviously playing out of position, doing a good job for the team. So it'd be good if you can get another goal. But I've got another really shocking stat about Neto is the last game against Southampton, the last Premier League game, the first time he scored and assisted in a Premier League game ever in his career, which I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, it's true. So I just hope you can keep the good form up, guys. Look, in terms of Leicester, they're 19th in the table. We should be getting the win. They're heavy favourites to get relegated, along with Southampton, and obviously the other 2 spots, Wolves and Ipswich, are finding it out who's going to get relegated. But Leicester are pretty much guaranteed to get relegated. So come on, guys, you've got to win this game. Um, Leicester have lost their last 4 games. Obviously, they lost to West Ham 2-0 in a pretty convincing defeat. So yeah, I'm expecting a win, especially at home. In terms of injury news, quite a few key players of Chelsea are on their way back. Let's start off with Wesley Fofana. He's back in training. He's been training for the last 2 weeks, and it looks like he's available for selection. So that's a big plus for Chelsea at the back. Benoit Badiashiel's back in training, and he might be available for this game as well. Lavia's back in training, but I think this Leicester game's too soon for him. But maybe the Arsenal game, that's the big game. He might be back for that. But the thing with Lavia is he'll be back for a couple of games, and then back to the injury room he goes. So Lavia is an interesting player, but I think as well Jackson Madueke is still out injured, along with Gu. But Jackson started to do some on-pitch work, which is good. So hopefully we'll be back next month. Um, and yeah, in terms of suspensions, Casado's 1 game away from being suspended. So if he gets 1 more yellow card, he'll be suspended for the Arsenal game. So, but it looks like Maresca is still going to play him. So I don't know. This is why we need Lavia. We need a place like Lavia to help in midfield if Casado's not playing at Enzo. But let's just pray that Casado doesn't get a yellow card. But no Casado, he's going to get a yellow card in the first 5 minutes. So yeah, it's not an easy one, guys. But let's get into the team selection. So uh, I'll put the team on the screen so you can see it. So I've gone with Jorgensen in goal. It's a team that I think Maresca is going to play. I think Jorgensen in goal, Colwell. I reckon Tosin. I think Chalobah might be on the bench this game. Cucurella, and then Reece James back at right back. But I will say something about Reece James. So Maresca said in his press conference after the Copenhagen game, he said that he sees Reece James as a midfielder, which is interesting because I don't disagree with that, because I think Reece James has played in the midfield previously for Wigan when he was on loan, and I think it's something that suits him because he doesn't have to run as much, so the chances of him being injured are less. So I don't disagree with that. I think him playing midfield would lengthen his career because we can't be having him getting injured again. So I'm in favour of Reece James playing midfield. I think he's got the technical ability to play there. It's just about whether we can, you know, um, get him in the team, because obviously you've got Casado and Enzo. In every game is different, so you need different players for each game. But anyway, um, yeah. So it will be him right back, Casado, Fernandez in midfield. Of course, not Tuesday Hall. That guy, he should be playing for Ipswich, not Chelsea. But I would put Tyreek George um, on the wing with Nkunku on the left. Uh, Palmer in the middle. I think Maresca's going to play, and then Neto up front. Um, and yeah, it's interesting because you could always put Reece James into midfield. He could invert into midfield. You could have Enzo going a bit further forward, playing that kind of 8/10 role. You could have um, Palmer kind of going out wide, receiving the ball, and then kind of maybe Tyreek George coming inside, and then just there's a lot of options. I think we might build up in a three at the back, and then two in midfield. That's what Maresca likes to do. He likes to have a three at the back and then two. So you always have that 3-2 build up. But the thing is about Maresca's system is that it relies heavily on wingers who are good taking players on. So you need like skillful players, because a lot of the time the wingers are isolated by themselves and there's no one overlapping, because obviously he likes to play the fullbacks in midfield. So that's something that is a bit frustrating about Maresca's system. He doesn't like to overlap the fullbacks. Um, and in terms of, let's move on to what I think Leicester's going to play. I think they'll play how they usually play. Vardy up front. Elkan, he's quite a good player. But I think, when they're defending, they'll defend in kind of like a mid block slash like low block. Like in a 4-4-2, I think they'll try and like leave. They won't leave much room for us to kind of attack. There won't be much space in between the lines. It'll be quite compact, and they'll just sit in their shape and try and hit us on the counter attack, I reckon. But I still think we'll win. But who knows? Leicester, they might show up. They're quite a weird team. I mean, they do give you a good fight, but most of the time they end up losing. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's really it. And then obviously we'll see who's on the bench. Whether we'll have Fofana on the bench, Lavia, we'll see. Because we need players that we can bring on. Obviously, Sancho, I don't think he's been in the greatest of form, so I don't know if Maresca will play him, but we'll see. Finally, score prediction. I'm going to go with 2-0 Chelsea. I'm going to pray that we can keep a clean sheet, which is unlikely, but it is Leicester, so I reckon Palmer hopefully will finally get a goal. And Enzo's been in good form, so maybe he might get a goal. And yeah, it's going to be, again, it's a shame it's not on TV, but I don't really care about how the game goes. We just need to win, to be honest. But a convincing win would be good, but we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I drop a new vid. And share as much you can, guys, to as many people. That would be appreciated. Yeah, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.